Hello, you guys. Welcome to another episode of my podcast, Things Could Be Worse. I'm your host, baileydedrick, and it once again sounds like I have something shoved so far into the back of my throat. I'm still sick, and I know this is getting, annoying to hear every single episode. I come on every single week, and I'm like, guys, I'm still sick. And I've even had this tangent. Like, I've said, oh my God, I know it's annoying, and I keep saying it, but guys, imagine how it is for me. I've been sick for 2 months and I keep getting like a little bit better, and then I'll go do something crazy and like not get enough sleep, not eat good, not like take good care of myself, and then I get more sick, and then it's just like a repetitive cycle. The way that I just put that really makes it seem like it's my fault, and it probably is. It probably is my fault. I've always had a terrible immune system, and anytime anybody in my life is sick, I get it. Like, there isn't one time where I come across like a friend or a family member and they're sick that I don't also get sick. I don't know what it is. I don't know what's wrong with me. I just have the worst immune system literally ever. I'm going to have to keep taking breaks to blow my nose. So sorry about that. I do have a little bit of a break here coming up, and I don't really have anything to do for the next 3 weeks, so hopefully I can just chill and recover and like actually get feeling better. Otherwise, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But today we have another episode. We're back in studio. It feels so nice. I feel like it's been a month since I've recorded an episode in this setting, and I know it hasn't been. Like, it's only been 1 week for you guys, but I had like pre-recorded episodes, so I haven't recorded here in probably like at least 2-3 weeks, and it feels very great to be back. I just love this setting. It's so like nice. I don't know. It probably, like, it looks like shit. It's nothing special. Like, I threw this together in like one weekend when me and my brother were like, okay, I'm gonna start a podcast, and I was like, Noah, can you paint the walls? And he was like, bet, sure. So now I have this studio that's like not even a studio. It's just like a room in my house, but I don't know. I like it. I like my little set. Time is moving at such a weird pace. I feel like I'm in some weird like time warp dimension thing, because June went by so incredibly slow. It felt like June lasted 3 months long, if that makes sense. Like, it just kept being June. Like, every day I'd wake up and it would still be June. And then July and August flew by so freaking fast. And I think it's because I was so busy in June and July and August. Like, I was doing so many fun things, traveling so much, so that kind of makes sense. But now I'm kind of in this phase again where time is moving so slow, but also like there is an element that it's moving fast, but it's moving so fucking slow. And it started just while I was in Florida the other week. It felt like the longest trip of my life. We usually take a 7-day trip to Florida unless like we're just, I don't know. It's usually a 7-day trip, and we only went for 5 days this time. Well, 6 days technically, but like we had 5 days there, and it felt like a 3-week trip. Like, every day I was like, damn, like, how are we still here? And it's like, we're only 2 days in, Bailey. Like, what do you mean? And I'm like, what do you mean? Because I've been here spiritually, mentally, I've been here for a month, and I don't know how to cope with it, because I honestly, like, at the end of a trip, I'm always like, oh my God, like, that went so fast. I'm so sad to go home. And at the end of my Florida trip, we didn't even like go out, like go like full out, like go crazy, go stupid or anything. Like, it just, I don't know, maybe, I don't fucking know. But I was ready to go home. Yes, I was. And when I got home, I had 1 day to recover, which, if y'all know me, I need more than 1 day to recover from anything. If I'm doing anything except for like sitting at home, I need multiple days to recover, because I don't know what's wrong with me, but there's stuff wrong with me, and I need at least like 3-4 days after a trip like that to just like, relax, kind of just like get back into my routine a little bit. But I didn't have the luxury of doing that actually after my Florida trip, because I got home, I had 1 day at home, and then the next day I left for UW-Madison, woo woo, which, if you guys don't know, it's like the main university. It's like a Big Ten school here in Wisconsin, and it's kind of like most people's like dream, I don't even know dream, but like a lot of people that go to school, like high school in Wisconsin, like they dream of being able to get into UW-Madison. Whether they go or not is like, whatever, but like I feel like when you're young, it's just like, oh, I need to get into Madison. Like, it's such a big thing, and it is like still such a big thing. I don't know what I'm fucking saying, but basically I have a few friends going there, and it's notorious for being like a very fun party school. You know, we got the football games, we got the tailgates, we've got hella bars. There's like, it's a beautiful campus. It's a huge campus. There's so much to do there. So my friends just moved in like less than a week ago, and me and my friend Liza's going to school in Savannah, Georgia. She doesn't leave until this week. So we decided for her birthday this past weekend, that we were going to take a little trip to UW-Madison and stay with our friends in their new dorm and just like visit them and just, you know, spend our last little time with them, even though I'm probably going to be in Madison like once a month at least, because it's fun there. So we left for Madison on Friday, but I'm going to talk about what else I did on Friday because it was kind of exciting. I talked about it. I don't know if I actually talked about it on here. I think I did. I must have, because this has been planned for a really long time. But me and my mom went and got tattoos Friday morning, or like Friday afternoon. It was like 1 p.m. our appointment was. And we drove like 45 minutes for this fucking tattoo, or these tattoos. And I love the girl that did them. Like, I'll definitely be back. Yeah, I got 2 tattoos, and I'm not showing them yet. But I got one on my ribs and I got one on my spine. And yeah, I love them. I don't know why. My mom got the one that I have on my ribs. My mom got a matching one on her wrist. I was going to get it on my wrist, but I already have a wrist tattoo on the other side of my wrist on the other hand. So it would be like uneven. I feel like it would piss me off because I'm very like, if it's gonna look kind of symmetrical, it needs to be perfect. I don't need it to be symmetrical, like just because I have a tattoo on this wrist right here, I don't need one over here. But if I have 2 on my wrists, I want them to be symmetrical. And I know that sounds fucking stupid, but it just would piss me off. Spine tattoo didn't really hurt that bad, not gonna lie. It was pretty simple, pretty easy breezy, beautiful. And the ribs made me want to kill myself. So don't get a rib tattoo unless you really want. Actually, no, it wasn't that bad. If you want a rib tattoo, get one. My friend Ryan got a rib tattoo and hers was fine. She said it wasn't even like bad at all, but mine was really bad. I literally was like moaning. Like I was like, ugh. And she was like, "You're doing great, sweetie." And I was like, fuck. So yeah, tattoos went great. That was on Friday. We got back from our tattoo appointment. It was at 1, and then we got back around like 3 or 4, I believe. I think it was like 3:30. And then I left my house to go to Liza's cabin to meet her because she was at her cabin because her family was there and her family friends were there, and it was her birthday, so she wanted to see all of them before she left for Madison. So I got home, immediately like packed the rest of my shit up and hit the road to Liza's, and then that's about like a 45-minute drive, and then we left like right away when I got there, and then we drove to Madison or whatever. We got to Madison around 7 p.m. and pretty much right when we got there, my friends were like, "Okay, we need to start getting ready because people are coming over for a pregame and then we're going out." And I was like, "Oh, bet." Okay, so I don't even have one single second to chill the fuck out. So basically, I keep referring to these 3 friends that are going to Madison. 2 of them are roommates with 2 other girls in a quad room, which is basically just a dorm that's like 3 times the size of a normal dorm in this particular building. But there's 4 beds and like 4 desks instead of just 2. So those 2 friends are with these 2 other girls that like I've slowly started getting to know over this past summer. Like once they found out they were going to be roommates, like they started coming to our stuff and like they started going to theirs and like everything like that. So I kind of already knew these girls, but I definitely got to know them a lot better this weekend. So it's my 2 hometown friends with like these 2 new friends that I have. And then my other best friend that's going to Madison is in just like a normal dorm with this other girl in the same building. So those are kind of like the situations, and me and Liza were sleeping in the quad room with the 4 girls, so we had 6 girls in this room all weekend. So I started doing my hair and my makeup and thinking about my outfit and stuff. The girls that lived there were, I think, in the middle of doing their makeup when we got there, and then they were like done getting ready way before me and Liza were. And then people started coming, like these 2 guys that they're friends with that like, I don't even know how they know them. I met so many people this weekend and I don't remember any of their names, and I don't remember like where they're from or like how they've gotten introduced. Like I don't remember shit. So I'm sorry, I'm not going to be super descriptive about that. But these 2 guys who are, I think, in the same dorm. No, I think they're in a different dorm. I don't fucking know. But they came over while we were in like the middle. Well, I was still in the middle of getting ready, and I was like, "God damn it. Come on now. Give me a sec." But I got ready, and then people just kind of started piling in. The quad is a lot bigger than the normal dorms in this dorm fucking facility or whatever. So they're kind of already designated like hosters, which they don't mind. I think they love it. But since the room is so much bigger, like you can fit way more people in there and like have more space and like it's more comfortable. So both nights, actually every single night that they've been there, they've had like hella people over. And what's funny is they literally live next to the RA, and like she hasn't said shit. She doesn't give a fuck. So that's really nice for them. So we had a little pregame. There was a lot of people there. One of my friends from back home came with a beer bong, and I maybe did that allegedly a couple times, and I allegedly shouldn't have, because later on I was allegedly almost dead. I'm kidding. But allegedly, don't follow my don't follow my instructions. That's not allegedly. Just don't follow, not my instructions. Don't follow my actions. Okay? Fuck, that made no sense. So after we had been kind of pre-gaming and just like hanging out with people, and I was introducing myself and meeting new people for a little bit, we decided to all leave and go over to this house party that like another hometown friend was throwing. So we go there. I see like a bunch of people that I haven't seen in months and months. We only stayed at this party for like 30-40 minutes. It was pretty chill. We were all just like hanging out, and again I was like catching up with people that I haven't talked to in a while. And then we were gonna go like straight to the bar from there. Like we were gonna go out right away, but we all decided to go back to the dorm for some reason. I don't exactly know why we did that, but this is where I screwed up a little bit, because when I got back to the dorm, I may have, overdid it a little bit. Nothing bad, but I was already good, and then I got a little too good, if you know what I mean, that it turned bad. Once again, there was hella people piling into this dorm. I don't even know where half of these people were coming from. Every single time I would turn around, like somebody new was in there, and I was like, okay, fuck, holy shit, how am I supposed to keep track of all these people? But I'm talking to this kid and his friend said he was from Sweden or something, and then no, he said he was from Switzerland, and I kept saying that he was from Sweden because one of my friends was saying he was from Sweden. So I kept asking him about Sweden. He's not from fucking Sweden. And I was just like, I don't know. It got bad, guys. I was like looking at him, and I was like so dizzy, if y'all know. I was so dizzy that I was like literally dizzy, and like when I like locked eyes with him, I just started spinning, and like I didn't give a fuck about Sweden or Switzerland anymore. I had to walk the fuck away and take a breath. So kind of a little bit gone, and then we went out and just had ourselves a nice little night at the place. I don't know what I'm like. I really feel like I'm not allowed to like talk about this shit, but like what the fuck else am I supposed to say? You know what I mean? Like I'm just recapping my fucking weekend. Sorry. Everything there was fine for the most part. I was definitely, like I said, gone, and like every time I would look at somebody or like focus on trying to talk to somebody, I just started spinning. Like, I wasn't about to, like, get sick or anything, but I was just spinning, and I was like, I can't do this shit. So, eventually we left, and we had some issues that I really don't want to talk about, because if it gets, like, around or, like, people find out, like, about it, like, I just feel bad talking about it, because it's, not my place whatsoever, and it's not, like, one of my good friends that it happened to or anything, so I don't really feel comfortable talking about it. But basically, someone that we were with got into a little bit of trouble by the police, and they got picked up and taken to like the fucking drunk tank, which is so fucked. First Friday night, I feel so terrible, and like obviously it's kind of their fault. I mean, it is their fault, like they went past their limit or whatever, but like damn, that's really shitty. Like first weekend of the school year, and that's what's happening. But yeah, besides that was definitely a little bit of a downer for everybody, because we were all like freaking the fuck out, like trying to figure out what to do. But we all went back to the dorm with like some fucking more people, and I DoorDashed McDonald's on the walk home, and right when I got there, it got dropped off at the front desk in the lobby of the dorm, and I just picked it up and I went right upstairs, and it was the most perfect thing ever. I got a Big Mac, I got french fries, I got an orange iced tea, and let me tell you, it was so phenomenal. People stayed over so freaking late, like probably 2 or 3 a.m. and then we were up, like us girls were up until like 4 a.m. just like talking, hanging out, getting ready for bed. I could never live like this, and I know that sounds maybe bad, and it's not because of, maybe if I didn't do what I do, I definitely could. I could regardless, but like doing what I do, like social media, I have the podcast, I have my YouTube, I do like so much content stuff. Doing what I do, I could never live in a dorm ever. Like, I seriously couldn't do it. And people would be like, what the fuck? Why not? Whatever. And, like, people are like, why aren't you going to college? For this fucking reason. Like, if I had to go to a school where I had to be in a dorm, I could not film YouTube videos. I could not record my podcast. Because when am I going to do that? Because there was not a single, I get it was the weekend and it's the first weekend. So, like, everybody's go, so excited. Like, let's do as many fun things as possible. But, like, that doesn't simmer down that much at schools like this. Like, every single weekend is going to be like that. And I could not live like that. Not only that, but the whole community shower bathroom situation, I need my own fucking bathroom. I'm not walking down the hall in my robe to take a fucking shower. I don't want to wear shower shoes. I don't want to fucking give me my own shower, give me my own toilet, give me my own sink. Good. I'm happy. But I couldn't do it. And I don't know if that sounds like spoiled or like snobby to say, but fuck that. Like, actually fuck that. My brother was in like a quote unquote dorm his freshman year at the school he went to, but it was literally a full on fucking apartment. They got luxury living. It was a 2-bedroom, 2-bath. There was a full kitchen. There was a living room. That's how I could live. And I don't know if that sounds bad, but I'm high maintenance, and I'm not ashamed to say that I need my own space and I can't do all that. So as much fun as I had this weekend, you know, quote unquote, going to college, getting my college experience a little bit, I don't think I could do it. And I do not regret the decision of not going to college. Like, all weekend, people were, you know, introducing themselves to me and I was introducing myself to them. And like, these are my friends, new friends. So like, I want to know who they are. I want to see like who the people that my friends are, you know, hanging out with are. So I'm talking to them, and every single fucking person asked me first what dorm I was in, because obviously it's first weekend, you want to kind of see where everybody lives and shit. And then I would be like, oh yeah, I don't live here. And then they'd be like, oh, okay, so where are you going to school? And I'd be like, oh, I'm not going to school. And they'd be like, oh. And it's so weird. It's so weird, the reactions that you get from people. Some people really look down on you, and it's like, oh, okay. And then, like, I never talk about my social media stuff to strangers. Like, that is the last thing that I will fucking do ever. I never am like, oh yeah, like, I'm not going to school because I do YouTube. I never say that unless people ask, or they're like, what is your plan otherwise? Because then I'll be like, okay, well, I have to say something so I don't sound fucking, you know, like a loser. But my friend Elise is always bragging about me. She's always putting me out there on display. Like, anytime anybody asks, oh, where are you staying? Where are you going to school? Whatever. She's like, oh, and then she like goes into it, and people think it's cool. I think people our age are a lot better about it now. I don't know. I feel like back in high school, I think it's just because like the people that I went to high school with were not like good people. Some of them were, but like, I don't know. There was a lot of like shitty people that were just like mean to me because they were probably jealous of me. I'm going into a whole tangent right now. But I feel like this is important, and it was what fucking happened this weekend, so I want to talk about it. But, like, a lot of people this weekend were, like, really, really cool and, like, super accepting and, like, didn't give me, like, bad vibes after I talked about my social media stuff, which is really surprising, in my opinion. Like, most people that I tell about it are like, oh, that's super cool, but they don't seem, like, genuinely excited for you or, like, think it's actually cool. But a lot of the people that I met were super fucking cool and like supportive of my decision and like were so excited for me. So it was really cool. But yeah, I hate fucking explaining that I don't go to school, whether it's to adults or other people my age or anybody. It's ass, because most people, unless like you're my age or like in our generation, I guess you could say, don't understand it. And even some people in our generation don't understand it. So it's really tricky. Anyways, I don't exactly know where I was at in the storytelling section, but I think we were just going to bed. Yeah, I went to bed. Me and Eliza both slept on a little, you know, futon, a little like black Walmart looking futon. Not like it looks shitty like Walmart, but like my brother had the same futon from Walmart his freshman year type shit. You know what I mean? So we slept on that. We had an air mattress, but Eliza didn't want to blow it up, so we both just slept on the futon, and it honestly wasn't bad. I passed the fuck out right away. Woke up the next morning at 7 a.m. I was the first one up, which y'all know is not me. I'm not a morning person. I don't wake up early. You really gotta get me 8 hours of sleep or I'm gonna be a cranky ass motherfucker the next day. But I woke up at 7 because 1, I was about to piss myself. 2, I thought I was about to puke all over myself. 3, I thought I was about to shit myself. I woke up on Saturday feeling, this is not an exaggeration at all, it felt like somebody went inside of my stomach and started, like, took like an ice cream scoop and scooped out my stomach lining. I had the worst stomachache ever. I couldn't like think about food or drinking anything or like even sipping water without literally feeling like I was going to yak all over the place. So I went to the bathroom. I did my business. I could not, no, oh my God. Everything was fine. Went to the bathroom. Couldn't do my business, if you know what I mean. Like, I was constipated. Sorry, I'm just gonna fucking say it. I forget that so many people are watching this and listening to this, and it's so embarrassing, some of the shit that I say, but I don't give a fuck. I was constipated. I couldn't shit. I felt like I really needed to shit. I had the worst stomachache ever. So I go back to the room. Everybody's still sleeping. I like snuck out, snuck back in, and I lay back on the futon, and I'm just trying to sleep for the next like 45 minutes, and I can't do it. I feel like shit. I can't get comfy. I just like can't. I'm just kind of freaking the fuck out about how bad I feel because I'm like, we have a long day ahead of us and I can't be feeling like this. Then my other friends woke up, I think around like 7:45 to a phone call from one of our friends talking about the friend that got, caught by the cops. There was like some updates and we wanted to hear it. So we all kind of woke up, started talking about that, and then just started talking about our plans for the day. And then we ordered Chick-fil-A and guys, I literally took a nap on the futon waiting for the Chick-fil-A because I just needed to lay down, and the other girls started getting ready. But then once the Chick-fil-A got there, I started getting ready, I believe. Wait. I think I'm tripping. I think I got halfway ready. Like, I did my makeup, and then I took a nap, and then the Chick-fil-A came. I think that's what happened. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. But I got a chicken biscuit, which is one of my favorite breakfast selections from Chick-fil-A, and a fruit cup. And it took me probably 40 minutes to eat the fucking fruit cup alone, and I couldn't even open the chicken biscuit because I knew that it would literally make me gag if I had to try to like eat that in that moment because of how bad I was feeling. So I set my chicken and a biscuit. That's like one of those little crackers, like those little chicken and a biscuit crackers. I set my chicken biscuit over to the side. I finished getting ready. People started fucking piling in. Once again, pregame at fucking the quad. Woohoo. I'm not ready. It's pissing me the fuck off because I'm like, guys, let's just take a break. But these fucking people are so serious about game day. I didn't even say it's game day yet, I don't think, but there was a fucking football game and people don't take this shit lightly. It's intense, okay? Pre-game starts at like 9 a.m. and then you're out the door by like 10 a.m., okay? And that's for a 2 o'clock game. Imagine the 11 o'clock games. You're out the door by 8 a.m., 7 a.m. It's crazy. I couldn't do it. It's fun once in a while, and I'm sticking by that. So we all like finally get ready, and people just keep piling in. People start drinking, pre-gaming a little, and I can't even imagine taking a sip of a drink because I felt like it was just going to come straight back up. So I just like tried continuing to get my little fruit down and my chicken biscuit down. Like I was slowly like breaking off little pieces of like the bread and the chicken and just like eating it and just drinking a lot of water. So I didn't drink at all. And then after being there for a while, we all decided it was time to go. So once again, the pregame, it kind of like splits up. Like everybody at the dorm didn't all go to the same place. Like you kind of split up and do your own thing after. So some of us went to Mifflin, which if you guys don't know, it's like a street in Madison, and it's known for like their annual block party that they have. I think it's like in the very beginning of May or something, or like the end of May. I don't know what like the meaning is, but it's just like an annual block party, and it's just a weekend of people getting absolutely plastered. Like everybody on Mifflin has parties in their yards, and you just like hop around, and like there's so many people. Like everybody from Madison is there. Everybody from like surrounding colleges in the state come. It's like a crazy thing, but this street is just like a bunch of college houses basically. So we walked there, went to a few different house parties that like people that I barely knew the people there. So I wasn't having that much fun just because like, I don't know. I love meeting new people, but I was not in the mood to meet new people because I was literally on my deathbed. So I was not having a great time, and we only stayed probably like, I don't know how long. It was like 20 minutes at each party we went to. Like, it was really short. Oh, I forgot to say, I literally brought my chicken biscuit sandwich to these parties. Like, I was walking into these people's backyards with like my chicken biscuit, and I was just like munching on it very, very slowly. But I was just trying to get it down because I knew I needed food in me and it would make me feel so much better. It was just hard to get down. But yeah, we didn't stay very long at these parties just because we didn't really know, like, my close friends didn't really know the people, and like there was a lot of older people. I don't know if they were like sophomores or juniors or what they were, but we were just getting like hella dirty looks, and like I just didn't fuck with it. The other girls didn't really fuck with it, but some of them did that we weren't like, I don't even know who stayed. I honestly, it's a blur. But some people stayed. Our group split up once again, and we started following these girls that said they were going to the same party that we were, which was closer to the stadium, and it was being thrown by some people that we knew from back home. So they were saying that they were going to the same party, so we just started following them, and we walked with them for like 25 minutes, and then we realized we were walking the opposite fucking direction as the stadium, so we turned around and walked a whole different route to get to this house. And when we got there, it was very, very poppin'. There was hella people in the yard. There was a DJ playing on the front porch. I started seeing a bunch of people that I knew from back home that I haven't seen in a really long time, so that's always fun, like just seeing people that you haven't seen in a while. So I was definitely feeling better at this party. I was starting to feel a little bit better. Like, I got my chicken biscuit down. I was starting to, like walk. Well, I was walking a lot, but I was like, the walking was starting to like make me feel good. You know what I mean? Like when you're like a little bit active and you like get out of bed, it kind of helps. So we get to this party. We were there for probably like an hour and a half, just like catching up with people that we haven't talked to, having fun, pre-gaming. I didn't really drink once again because I still couldn't stomach that. Met a lot of new cool people too, and they were taking shots, like vodka shots, with Frank's hot sauce, Frank's Red Hot, is that what it's called? Frank's hot sauce as the chaser. So they were taking a shot and then putting hot sauce in their mouth, and that made me want to yak even more. I don't know why they were doing that at all. Like, that actually sounds so terrible, but that's just one thing that I noticed while I was there. While we were at this party, one of the main girls that I was talking to, or like that I was excited to see and like catch up with, was my friend Anna, that I have not seen. Like, we were pretty close, like I would say 8th grade to freshman year, maybe like that summer before freshman year, because I was really good friends with somebody that she was really good friends with, and then we kind of just became friends through that. And I literally haven't like hung out with her, seen her in so long. So I was talking to her a lot. I met her roommate, and her roommate was super cool. And her roommate was like, you guys should all come to the game with us. At this point, at this party, it was just 4 of my like girlfriends. Like, it was just me, Ella, Navy, and Eliza. So I was like, yeah, like that'd be super fun to like come with you guys and sit with you. Like, I would totally be down to do that. So this girl says this to me. Anna's roommate says this to me, and I turn around for like 1 second to look at my friends that I was with and be like, guys, do you want to go to the game now? Like, Anna's going to the game. Let's go with them so we can walk with them and sit with them and whatever, because I didn't really want to sit by anybody else that was there. Like, yes, they were like my old friends and stuff, or like people, old acquaintances, old mutuals, but like I wasn't trying to sit with like some of these kids. So I was like, do you guys want to go with them? Like, they just invited us to go with them, and then they were all like, yeah. But it took too long for me to get my friends, because by the time we turned back around, Anna and her friend were gone. Like, they were like, come now, and it wasn't like their fault. Like, I'm not mad, because like it's not like they offered for us to come, and then we just took too long. So they like got out and like left, and we lost them, and we were still walking out of the house already. So we just like started walking by ourselves, and it happened to really look like we were just going with this other group of people that we also are like hometown friends with, that are a year older than us. And I felt really bad because it really seemed like we were following them. And then I feel like one of the girls was like under the impression that like we were trying to come with them, and like it's not that we weren't. Like, it was super cool being with them and like good to see them, whatever, but I felt bad because I didn't want them to think that we were just like inviting ourselves to sit with them, or like, you know, trying to like stick with them and like be like fucking attached to their hip. Like, we were just going with or without them, and then they just happened to be in front of us, and it looked like we were following them, and we started talking to them a little, and then I was like, okay, this is kind of awkward. I just dropped my fucking paper. I just didn't want them to be like thinking or saying like, why the fuck are they with us, or like, why are they sitting with us, because we're not like close with these girls and like the guys that they were with. It was just very odd, and I didn't know what to do, and I felt very awkward because I really didn't want them to be like, what the fuck are you guys doing? But they were all really sweet, and like they were like waiting for us and like telling us to like come this way, and like we were following them. I don't know, super sweet people, great time. But I just felt really bad because that wasn't our intention to like try and like fucking follow them there and like sit by them. It seemed like very, I don't know, I just hope they're not like weirded out or some shit. I don't know. I'm such a fucking people pleaser, and I was like, fuck, it's not that deep. It's really not that deep. But yeah. The game was so hot. It was actually the hottest football game ever played at Camp Randall Stadium. We played Buffalo, which I don't even fucking know where Buffalo is, but I heard their ass, and it's like non-conference or like whatever it's called. And we beat them. We should have beat them worse apparently, but we beat them. Like I said, it was really hot. People were literally passing out. We fortunately got into the only shaded student section area of the entire like place. There's like 6 huge rows or like sections of students at these games, and all of them but like half of one is in the sun. Well, it was in the sun during this particular game, and we were under the only shaded part. There's like an overhang with more seating on like the upper level, and we were under the overhang. So we were shaded, felt great. It was still like hot even under there, but not being in the direct sun really like made things so much better than they could have been. I saw so many fucking people that I went to school with, and it was freaking me the fuck out. I was like, y'all really be paying this much in tuition going to fucking college, and you're just with the same fucking people? It's crazy. That's another thing. Like, I don't, like, if I went to college, I wouldn't want to go to college with people that I knew. Maybe like 1 or 2 friends, like if you want to come with me. There was so many people from our hometown, and I was freaking me out. Really, it was really scary. Game was good. Badger games are so much fun. I've gone to like multiple in my lifetime, but I've never been like in the student section. So it was super fun. There was so many like fun little things. Like there's so many fun things that happen at Badger games, and I got a brat, but they were out of ketchup. But my friends went and got it for me, and I would have put like mustard on my shit just to like make it less dry if I was there, even though I'm not like the hugest fan of mustard. So I said put ketchup on it, and then they were out of ketchup, so they didn't put anything on it, and I just ate like a dry ass brat because I didn't want to like go back out there and like get my own shit. But honestly, the best, driest brat I've ever had. Like, it was still really good regardless of it being dry as hell. 2 of the roommates in the quad were with our other friends, and they were in like a whole different section, and they ended up leaving way earlier than us from the game because it was really hot, and like somebody knew like passed out, like somebody that was like with us frequently, I guess. I don't remember her name. I don't know what she looks like. I don't know who it was. So those girls went back to the dorm, and then we went back to the dorm, and we just met them. I wanted to chill. We all wanted to take a fucking nap. It was like our whole plan to like get back from the game, take a nap, chill, and then go out. But we got back, and I immediately had to shower, start getting ready. We ordered Wingstop. We ate the Wingstop. And then we had to finish getting ready and go. And then people started coming once again for the pregame before we were all ready. Just crazy. Sick of it. While we were like getting ready and the pregame was starting, there was talk about going to a hockey party, and then soon that turned into never mind, because I guess like the hockey guys were going to a party at this other, it's like the athlete, like only athletes or like famous people can get into like one of these houses. I don't fucking know what it's called. I don't care. That shit is so fucking weird to me. But super fun. Hockey party was no longer a thing, and then they started talking about a football party. And when I heard that, I got scared because I low-key have some beef with one of the football players on the team. It's pretty well known, like the most well known, and I think we have beef. I don't know exactly when it went down, but I feel uncomfortable, and I would have literally shot myself in the head if he was there. So I was like, guys, maybe we shouldn't go. I didn't know what I was thinking, though, because, well, actually, I had a fair right to be thinking this, because they were talking this shit up. Oh, my God, football party. We're going to the football house. This shit's so cool. Like, come on, we have to go to the football house. And I was like, oh, damn, like, this might be fun, actually. It was all, like, the fucking 8th string players that nobody knew. But we'll get into that in a second. Once we were ready and done pre-gaming, the girl that had the into this party didn't actually have the into this party. She knew somebody from her hometown. I think that's the vibe I caught. I don't know how she knew him, but it seemed like they knew each other from like previous lifetimes. So we had to all walk to this apartment that this guy was at, and then this guy had to bring us to the football house. And that was a lot of fucking walking. The apartment to the football house was like a 30-minute walk. Swear to God, it was so fucking long. I hated it. But yeah, so we get to this guy's apartment and we walk in, and I realize kind of on the walk there, but when I get to the actual apartment, I realize that we picked up like 10 more bitches than we started with. We literally had so many girls with us, and I didn't know half of them, like hadn't seen them previously, like earlier in the day or like the day before, and I was so confused. Like me and my friends were so confused. Like, I love making new friends, like love hanging out with girls, but like I'm just confused how all of these random girls, I don't want to say random girls because it's like I'm a random girl, you know what I mean? Like, I don't go to school there, like I don't want to say that, but like all of these girls that like the people that I was with didn't know or like didn't seem to want their, I don't know. It was just weird. We literally had like 15 fucking bitches with us, and I was like, what is this? Like, this is embarrassing. This is why everybody hates freshmen, because you walk around in a group of 20 fucking people. I don't want to go to college either, because there was already so much like petty bullshit. It felt like high school, and I was like, damn, I'm so ready to like not have to worry about like friend groups and like annoying girls, like bitchy ass bitches and shit like that. So I'm honestly really excited that I'm not going to school. It's sad, and I'm getting like FOMO, because like even all of the people that I met this weekend that are like becoming friends with my friends, they're all such cool fucking people, and like they're so fun, and I had such a good time with everybody. So it's kind of making me sad in that sense. Like, it's so easy to make friends when you're in college, especially when you're living in a dorm, because like there's so many people can just knock on anybody's door and like be friendly, and like you can make a friend. So super fun. I don't know. We get to this guy's apartment, and me and my friends, we're ready to go. We're like, all right, we're here. Can we go now? And the guy's like, we have to wait till 10:45. And it's like 10. It's like 10:10 or something when we walk in. And we're all like, all right, bet. So we just sit there and fucking pick our asses for 30 minutes. And then we start walking in the football house. We get to the football house. There's literally like 3 big ass dudes out front, like bouncing, like, oh, who are you? Why are you here? Who invited you? All this shit. There's like people on the upper balconies. It's like a triple decker house. There was like 3 balconies. There was people on like the second balcony, and they were like looking at us. They were like, bye guys. Like, look at all these people. Like, you're not going to get in. Bye guys. And then we walk up, and this guy was like, yo, is fucking Liz here? And the bouncers were all like, oh yeah, like she's in there. You guys can all go in. Like, they were looked so, like, it wasn't like that. I don't know. Let me tell y'all, I cannot deal with anyone that has, okay, particularly guys. Girls with egos are just as bad, but particularly guys with egos, whether, especially sports induced egos. Something about it gets my fucking gears grinding, my marbling. I'm not using the correct like metaphors and shit for this, but I hate a fucking athlete. I hate an athlete where their only personality trait is being a fucking athlete. I get it. You're at Madison playing football. You're fucking good at football. Whether you play or not, whether you will literally never touch the field or not, you still are good at football. Like, you're, like, I think it's D1. It's definitely D1. You're a D1 fucking college football player. That's sick. But I don't give a fuck. And just because you're a football player, I know some girls will go for that just because fucking status, whatever, they give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who you are, bitch. I don't care. Like, I don't give a fuck about who you are. It matters to me that you're a good person. Like, I don't care. I don't care when it comes to friends, when it comes to guys. Obviously, I have a boyfriend, so, like, regardless of how these guys were, I'm not interested, period. I want to make that very clear. I don't care who you are or what you do. I care about the person that you are, and if you're funny, and if you're nice, and you're, like, humble about whatever the fuck you're doing. So we walk into this house, and immediately we just go down to the basement. There's, like, fucking 20 people here. It's not lit at all. It's just like a bunch of, you know, football guys that aren't. It was so gross. It made me actually want to die a little. Like, thinking about it now is making my stomach turn. But it was just like weird. There was like such bad vibes down there. They kept trying to talk to me and my friends, and I was like, no. I actually don't want to be here. Don't talk to me. I don't know. The worst part about it was the fact that the people that we were going with, like the one that had like the inn or whatever, they were making it seem like it was about to be really fun, and like it was so cool that we were invited to the football house and shit. And we get there, and it was literally just like weird as fuck. And like all of the guys were just like gross trying to talk to me and my friends, and we were all like very clearly uninterested. And like, I don't know, there was like one person there that was maybe kind of cool, but it's like, I don't know. Ugh. Sorry, I'm gonna stop talking about it. We left the fucking football party and we walked to the bar and we had a night. We had ourselves a night. We were out till bar closed. They were kicking us out of the bar. And then we walked back to the dorm once again and we had a party. Woo-hoo. We had people over again. We just hung out for like a couple hours. We ordered food. No, we tried to order food and then the fucking food, like the DoorDash wasn't working. We couldn't get food. Our DoorDash got canceled. And then this one girl that we were with lives in an apartment and like a little bit away, like on the, I think in the same area. I hope that she didn't walk far for this, but she like went to her apartment to grab her air fryer and like a bunch of frozen food, like mozzarella sticks, pizza rolls, chicken nuggets, shit like that, so that we could all eat, which was so nice of her. But y'all, these fucking chicken nuggets were the worst chicken nuggets I've ever tasted in my entire life. There was like water inside of them, but it was super nice of her to do that. And like, you know, it was a great gesture. It's the thought that counts, but that was actually the scariest food I've ever eaten in my whole life. It kind of started to die down. Some people started to leave, and then Zach Bryan got turned on, and we all just like sat there and sang along to Zach Bryan's new album and like some of his older stuff for literally like an hour straight. And it was honestly such like a wholesome moment. It was so fun and cute. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of this weekend. Obviously, there's some things that I like forgot about or like don't like, I just like didn't say, but for the most part, that's how the weekend went. It was super great, super fun. I met so many fun so many fun girls. Sorry, I say bitches like in a good way, but bitches is definitely not always a good word. So I met so many great people this weekend. You know what? My friends are making such fun friends. I think they're good people. I'm so excited for them. I can't wait to visit and see everybody again. But I'm so glad that I'm not going to school there because I think I would be dead within 3 months. I would give myself 3 months tops to live. They barely eat. They barely sleep. They barely have any time to like just take a chill pill. They barely, I don't know. It's so unhealthy. Like it is so unhealthy. I think it's like kind of this way with like all, you know, quote unquote party schools or like schools where there's like games and shit and like big, like people take that shit very seriously, right? So if we're talking like FSU and ASU, obviously those are like even more extreme, but like, you know, people come from all over the fucking country to go to Madison. It's like a really popular school and it has like it's very hard to get into, I think. Yeah, it is. It definitely is hard to get into. I don't know why I said I think. It's not like that hard to get into, like super prestigious or anything, but it is difficult to get into. But I'm very like, I need my own time. I need my personal space to relax and recharge and recover. And if I don't have that, I'm going to be miserable and I'm not going to enjoy my time and I can't. Like I need breaks. I haven't been taking breaks this summer and it is showing. And I can't imagine 9 months of that straight partying. Like, and on top of that, you're going to classes too. It's like insane to me. Like, it's not even just the partying, it's also the school aspect. And the fucking school is hard as shit too. It's so ass. And when my brother went to school, his freshman year when he was in the dorm, I could have sworn, like if I'm remembering this correctly, I could have sworn that he had a dining hall in his dorm facility. I keep saying facility. I don't know what it's called. Like in the dorm building. Like there was a dining hall in his dorm. He just had to go down the elevator and he could eat food. This place, you have to walk like 3 blocks to get to the dining hall. And there's like a few different dining halls in the campus. But like you have to walk, like it's Wisconsin. We're going to get like 3 feet of snow at one point and you have to walk 3 blocks to get food? What? How are anybody, like I could not live like that. I couldn't. I really couldn't. And I'm just keep saying that. And I'm kind of saying it to make myself feel better because I am like a little bit sad that everybody's gone, like, you know, having so much fun. But also like, I just couldn't. There was something else that I was going to talk about, but I feel like it would fit better in a different episode because I kind of already missed the point where it would make sense. I just wanted to talk about how scummy guys are. And like all people. Honestly, all people. Like, I'm not just going to say it's just guys. Like, there's definitely girls out there. But like, there is not a single guy that I met this weekend that said that they had a girlfriend, or I heard that they had a girlfriend, or they like openly admitted, like they established the fact that they had a girlfriend, then that actually was a good boyfriend to their girlfriend that wasn't there this weekend. It was crazy. Like there was multiple guys that I met not like I was like out there seeking guys, but it's like my friends know these guys because they've been there for a little bit now, and they would introduce them. It's not like I was like going around, like that's not what I do at the bar because I'm in a relationship. I'm not like scouting out guys to talk to, right? Need to make that very clear, because I'll talk to you, I'll give it a try. Like if a guy comes up to me, I will give it a try. I don't know if this is fucking bad to say. I don't fucking think, no, it's not bad. You cannot expect an 18-year-old visiting their friends at college to not talk to a single male ever. Like, you want me to not talk to another guy for the rest of my life? Like, that's fucking crazy if you think that. That's not how a relationship should be. Like, if those are the expectations, I get it. Your boundaries can be your boundaries. And if you both agree on that, fuck yeah. But, like, I don't think that that's reasonable, in my opinion. Anyways, I don't know. If a guy comes up and tries to talk to me, I will give it a try. But at the second that it crosses that line and I need to establish the fact that I have a boyfriend, where I feel like, okay, just so you know, I have a boyfriend and you're not going to get any further with this. The second that that has to be established and I start getting a little uncomfortable and like, I'm like, okay, this is a little past my line of like friendliness into you're trying to flirt with me, you're trying to get with me, then I walk away, or like I remove myself, or I bring my friend into a conversation and make them talk so I don't have to. Once it gets there, I try my hardest to like, you know, make things as clear as possible at like what I'm trying to get at. Like, I'm just trying to live in the present moment, like have fun. Like, I love talking to new people and like meeting people, but guys have bad intentions most of the time, especially at bars. Like, guys are there to fucking get bitches, right? And I'm not saying it's just guys. Like, obviously girls are there to get guys too. It's like this double thing. It's not like just guys are doing that. I don't want to get too into this actually, because I've already been recording for so long. I really want to talk about it though. I don't know. I'll talk a little bit more about it, but just like a little more, and then I'll go in more depth in some other episode. But like, I really pride myself on the way that I handle situations with guys that are flirting with me. And I know you might be like, okay, anybody would say that about themselves, because like, obviously I'm not going to sit here and be like, yeah, I flirt with every guy I see. Like, no, you're not going to openly admit that, especially online with thousands of people. But I genuinely, I swear to God, on my fucking life, I pride myself in the way that I handle situations. I don't know. I feel like I'm friendly and like maybe I can come across as like a little flirty, but like the second that I feel that, I'm like, holy shit, okay, I gotta remove myself from this. You know what I mean? Anyways, let me get to the fucking point. There was multiple guys that I met this weekend that had girlfriends that either said that they had a girlfriend, or like one of my friends that already knew them said to my group of friends that they had a girlfriend. You know what I mean? Like, it got around. There was like 2 guys in particular, maybe 3, that I knew they had girlfriends, and then they were still trying to flirt with all my fucking friends the whole time, and like all over my friends. And like, there was this one guy who was literally staring at me all night. I thought we were good bestie vibes because we both established that we were in a relationship, and we were talking about how it can be so difficult. Like, he's long distance. I'm not long distance, but I travel a lot, so it kind of like, I have elements of long distance. His girlfriend goes to fucking ASU or some shit. And we were talking about it, and I was like trying to give him advice, and he was like, it's really difficult. And I was like, yeah, like I get that, but you need to realize like you're not meeting your wife at this freshman bar right now. And is one little night of like fun or like flirting or like, you know, one little night of like being spontaneous worth losing your relationship over? And I was like giving him good advice, like talking to him like that. That was like the night before or earlier in the night or something. And then that night at the fucking bar, he's staring at me all night, making comments to his fucking friends, checking me out, like making little sly comments thinking I can't hear it. And then I sat by him. I didn't just sit by him. Like, my friends were all over there, and I sat in the chair next to him. And his friend literally said to me, he was like, we were trying to keep him away from you. He's got a girlfriend back home. And I was like, what the fuck do you mean? Like, this guy can't be in the same vicinity as me without feeling temptation to cheat on his girlfriend. Like, and that was the case with like every fucking guy. It's so scary. It's so fucking scary. And I know this is girls too. It's not just guys. I'm getting fucking heated right now. But it's like, I'm not gonna lie. There are guys that I meet in my life. This might sound fucking bad. I really hope this doesn't like come across the wrong way. I think this is a very normal fucking thing. There are attractive people, attractive guys, girls. I'm not really into girls, but like, there are attractive humans that I come across in my life. And it's like, oh wow, they're an attractive person. But what the fuck? It's like any guy that finds a girl attractive immediately wants to smash them, and regardless of if they're in a relationship or not. It's like, you have temptation. You have to hold yourself back. You have to keep yourself away from me to like prevent the risk of cheating on your girl. Like, you can't just like be a good person that's like, okay, I'm not going to make this weird. Like, I'm going to be friendly. I'm going to be nice. I'm going to meet a new person tonight. And maybe she's pretty. Maybe she's pretty. But if you guys are listening just to the audio, I pointed at myself because I'm referring to myself in this situation. Like, I'm going to talk to you. But what? You have to keep yourself away? You have to, dude, just be normal. Just be respectful. Like, the second that I feel any sort of uncomfortability or like flirtiness between me and a guy, it's like I feel guilty even if I don't do anything because I'm in a relationship. And I feel like guys don't have that sense. I don't know. I'm getting like heated right now and I'm just like ranting and I feel like it's not coming out in a way that makes sense or like it's coming out in the wrong way. And I really want to talk about this more, but I want to gather my thoughts before I do like a whole fucking episode on this because I could talk about this forever. But super weird vibes this weekend. And I hate men. And it makes me so scared because especially that one bro, I thought we were really like on the same page and I was giving him great advice. And I got really good, like loyal vibes from him. But then I found out wait, I can't be saying all this. I found out he tried to kiss one of my friends on like the first night that he moved in. So I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying all this. I feel like I've been recording too long where I'm at the point where I have no filter and I'm going to get people in trouble. So I've got to go. Thank you guys so much for watching or listening. If you guys want to follow the social media, it's Things Could Be Worse Pod on Instagram and TikTok. I post a lot of fucking clips and shit on there and like also things that you can interact with and like be a part of these episodes and stuff. But yeah, I love you guys and I always say see you because I'm used to YouTube. I always say I'll see you guys on Sunday, like next Sunday. But I don't really see you unless you're watching visually, which a lot of you do. So hi guys. I look so good. I'm literally wearing pajamas. What the fuck was I saying? Oh, I will talk to you guys next Wednesday. Also, why do I sing? I always sing in the outro and it makes no sense. But I'll talk to you guys next Wednesday. Love you. Bye-bye.